one tender care sold every 15 seconds.
Wow.
There's one Giordani Gold bronzing pearls sold nearly every minute in the world.
Why we are keeping one quality standard, which is the European quality standard?
The European safety standards are the strictest in the world. They've essentially banned over 1,300 materials over time, and they're constantly reviewing the safety profile of materials. They're strict. They ensure safety is paramount, and this can either be like banning materials or looking at safe usage levels. They're always looking ahead to see what's coming down the line, checking everything's okay as well. So that's the simple answer. Europeans are strictest, and we want to follow the strictest and be consistent with our approach.
Exactly.
And this is regardless of the markets where the products are sold as well. So we'll be having that consistency in terms of the quality and the expectations and the commitment to the consumer as well.
Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Beauty Insider at Oriflame. We use many Oriflame products in our daily life, from skincare to personal hygiene, color cosmetic to wellness. But have you ever wondered who is behind all these great formulations that we use and trust? Maybe not. So today we are thrilled to introduce the pivotal person behind the great and effective formulation of skincare, Adam Muggleton, Senior Director, Cosmetic Technologies and Global R&D at Oriflame. So let's dive into a conversation where science meets skincare. Hello Adam, and welcome to Oriflame India.
Hey Deepti, and it's a pleasure to be here.
How are you doing today?
Good. I'm excited to be able to talk about some of the wonderful things that we do behind the scenes.
So Adam, today we are doing this conversation because, skincare at Oriflame is the strategic category. We do a lot of great product in this category. But for our audience, for our viewers, for our brand partners, I think a lot of things are behind the doors. They don't know a lot of things and a lot of effort that puts into, making the formulation. So before we start talking about that, I'm a little curious to know you. What drives you toward this beauty segment industry and how your Oriflame journey begins?
Now, this is where it might surprise you with how it all began for me. I always had a passion for science at school, but in terms of getting into the beauty industry, it was by accident.
Oh, really?
Yes, and that's the surprising thing. However, it was all by chance. I started my career working for Boots. An opportunity came up. I took the opportunity because I loved being in the lab. And then I suddenly found out that I had a passion for developing skincare products. So while it was by accident, it actually became a lifelong journey that I've been doing now for nearly 20 years.
Oh, wow.
And it's
That's
something,
a good
long
time.
It was a pleasant surprise. But then once I got the opportunity, that was it then. It was the start of something that's been special.
All right, great. And how your Oriflame journey begins?
Got the opportunity to work in skincare and started to establish a career there. It was for personal reasons I actually moved to Ireland, but then I was looking for a new job with regards to being in Ireland, and I heard about Oriflame. I knew a few people who had moved there previously and only said good things about Oriflame, so I put out the feelers and thankfully an opportunity came up.
So what inspired you to be in Oriflame so long? 19 years is a very, good time.
Yeah, Oriflame's got something special. It's got a great energy, and that's something that the Indian team in particular, and India consumer, embrace. But with regards to Oriflame, there's opportunities. There's pioneering in terms of what we're doing with the science. It's all about developing the products and people that people like as well. So it's never been dull. It's always been exciting.
Correct.
And especially within R&D and throughout the wider industry, so the wider business, it's been the people that make Oriflame something special, and the culture. So that's why I wanted to stick around. It's never been boring. There's always been opportunities, and you always learn something new and get a chance to experience something new as well.
Exactly. I completely agree with you, Adam. Oriflame being an organization, they value people, they, believe in people, and that is very unique when it, comes to the work culture from any organization. Adam, as you just touched base Swedish culture and Swedish attribute, one question pops in my mind that this Swedish philosophy, how this influence, overall technology and innovation when you develop any cosmetic product in Oriflame?
Before we get into it, like one of the things that we should emphasize is the similarities between the Swedish culture and the Indian culture when it comes to the importance of natural, especially traditionally. When we come to developing the products, our philosophy is built around developing Swedish quality products. And all of our products are built upon three principles, and that's performing, safe and responsible. And by performing, it means about delivering real results and products that people love to use again and again. And with the real results, it's about being able to know and show that we're actually delivering these benefits in every product that we develop. And this is through looking at ingredients that are science-backed when it comes to the research, the formulation design, then also the testing and the validation that we do as well. So it's like at each of the stages, we're trying to ensure that what we think will work, we're proving that it does, and that the consumers get to see those results as well. And then safe, we never compromise on safety. This is like one of the most important things, if anything, that we focus on. And again, it's looking at the safety at every stage of the development, going above and beyond what's expected. No stones left unturned in that respect, but also we follow the European safety standards. And the reason that is because they're the strictest in the world, and this is regardless of the markets where the products are sold as well. So we'll be having that consistency in terms of the quality and the expectations and the commitment to the consumer as well.
All right.
And then last but not least, there's responsible. And this is where we're always conscious about our responsibilities to people and planet and making sure that we're making meaningful changes to be able to reduce our impact as part of our product design as well.
I remember we have done one range of optimals where we use a lot of natural extract and ingredients. So as a company, we always emphasized on natural ingredient, sustainable extract, but also keeping in mind the science-backed technology. So when you choose the key ingredient for the formulation, what you keep in mind?
It's like I said earlier, it's always staying true to our development philosophy of performing safe and responsible. But like you were saying, it's really important when we look at the ingredients on selecting the right ingredients. Like you mentioned, there is a place in the portfolio for both natural and synthetic, and it's important for people to understand we always strive to use natural, but sometimes synthetic is the best option to use as well. And it can be things to do with like fragrances, because they have, again, better skin compatibility as well, but also like things like UV filters. And funnily enough, on that topic, when I was at the conference this week, one of the brand partners came up because they were so excited to show me a product, but also ask as well, it's like, why don't we have a product that's like this price point? Look at it, what do you think? So naturally being a chemist, I went and looked to see what was in it just to see. And unfortunately, it was containing materials now that are basically banned due to their safety profile in Europe, or things that we're moving away from due to their environmental footprint and their impacts on the coral reefs and the environment. In this case, though, the texture did feel amazing. So it's something to look at when it comes to aspiration of like, right, how can we get something that feels good and also be a low price offer for India? But the big thing is this just highlights the importance of people understanding what's in their products. And it comes back to what we stand for as well. We want to enforce safety and make sure that this is not compromised throughout all of our products in the world. And in this case, this is why we don't have a product in that price range.
Yes, we are using natural ingredient. We have sustainably sourced extract, but it is backed by science.
Exactly.
So you have your clinical trials, you have your, stability study, compatibility study, so that we know that, okay, this is natural extract and natural product, but it delivers the result also to our consumers.
Yeah.
Which is very interesting.
The other point in terms of delivering results as well that we need to consider is the quality. So it's making sure that not only does it meet the consumer expectations, but it stands the test of time when it comes to the shelf life or the distribution chain as well.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that builds value and loyalty, is making sure that consumers can be confident that they're going to get reproducible products or reproducible results as well.
Why quality is so important in product development, and as a direct selling company, how it is helping our brand partners to building a brand and trust in their consumers.
Simply put, great products make good business. Quality is one of those factors as part of our development philosophy that's paramount. We need to make sure that we deliver from what we promise, but also then it meets the quality expectations. And this is particularly important for our brand partners because, like you say, in direct selling, it's different to retail. Our brand partners are basically facing the consumer. It's like if you think about if there was an incident of bad quality in retail, people just won't go back and buy that product. They'd go and buy something else. That's not the same if you're in direct selling. the brand partner needs to face the consumer. They need to be able to stand by their products and be confident that it's going to meet the expectations. So there's a big responsibility on the brand partner, but then in turn, there's a big responsibility on R&D to make sure that we're giving you those products that doesn't put you in that difficult situation.
Exactly. So this is not only the Oriflame brand reputation, but the brand partners also, and the kind of trust they have developed over the decades with their consumers.
Exactly, because we've had some people, as a fun fact, in India who've been with a company over 10 years, and that's because they love the quality of the products as well as loving the company and the whole environment and the ethos that we stand for.
Can you share one project or one formulation that you worked which is really complex and you face, a lot of challenges in that?
We never face challenges in research and development. I'm joking, of course we do.
I bet you are.
Yeah, of course we do. No, it's like there's been quite a few over the years, but one that really stands out is the BioAspartalift. And the reason for this is it's an amazing active in terms of delivering performance and being kind, like gentle on the skin. The challenge is if you're trying to formulate with it, it is the biggest challenge. And the reason for this is if you can't just take it and put it into an emulsion and think it's going to work. The emulsion will fall apart, it'll separate, you'll lose all the viscosity, you've got a liquid mess. So what it is basically you need to build the formulation around the active. Sound easy, right?
Being a non-R&D person, maybe.
The other thing though, it's when we develop a product, we need to develop it and test it at different scales. So that means we make something in the lab, then we go to like a smaller scale that we call pilot, which is maybe around like 10 to 30 kilos, and then we make it in the factory. And this can be anything from like 250 kilos to over a ton.
Wow.
So big differences in scale.
Difference, yes.
What we found in the Aspartalift challenge was we thought we'd cracked it. We'd got a solution that was working at pilot, went to the factory, didn't work. We started to see this issue where we could see tiny little bits of separation in the product. So it meant we had to start formulating in the factory.
Okay.
This is something that is really rare and doesn't happen that often. But in this case, we managed to crack it, and then you got the product that you know and love today. But it just highlights the importance that when we develop this active technology, you need to think about how it works with the formulation. It's not just about the active itself, it's how things fit together.
Exactly.
And this is part of the balancing act that I was talking about before. It's always carefully crafting the formulations to make things work together to get the product, but then also working when you try it and use it on your skin, your hair, etc. as well. So it's a lot to consider when we're developing our products. We're always up for the challenge.
I see that Novage earlier is quite focused on the, bit aged skin to fight anti-aging, wrinkles, fine lines. The age gap is also like 35 plus or 40 plus. But we have seen some shift, and people in late 20s and at times, in early 30s, they are also facing these issues because of the changing lifestyle. So how we keep a balance that the new ranges, the new products that we have in Oriflame, it keep a balance between, the age gap. It is not only for the older people, but it is equally suitable for the young people who are facing these issues.
Like you say, we need to be mindful of who the target consumer is and what's changing in terms of consumer needs. So in this case, we just need to make sure that when we develop the products, we have that relevant offer for all the different life stages, like you were saying, aging needs, but also aging demographics too. One of the things that now is going to help younger demographics, and in this case, it's about trying to preserve what you have and make sure that your skin's function optimally to give you that healthy looking glow. And that's different to Novage. Like you say, in Novage, it's a more complex, it's a bigger routine, but it's you're investing more in this routine because you've got specific aging needs. Your skin's already hit that point where you've got wrinkles, unfortunately, or you're getting like sagging skin as well. The good news for the Indian consumer compared to Caucasian skin, your wrinkles generally tend to appear maybe 5 years later.
All right.
Yeah, it's making sure as part of identifying people's needs, we have product solutions that are there for each person's aging journey.
Adam, there is a buzzword iconic in the market. So there are iconic people, there are iconic places. When it comes to Oriflame and the beauty industry, share some iconic product from Oriflame.
We've got a number of different iconic products in Oriflame, and let's start with probably the longest serving iconic product, Tender Care. I've got a couple of fun facts on this. Did you know that Tender Care is made in India for the global Oriflame audience?
Wow, that's so proud moment for us.
Did you also know there's one tender care sold every 15 seconds. So it means the team here in India are busy keeping that supply chain going as well.
Wow, 15 seconds, that's quite big.
But to get back to what makes a product iconic is it needs to build that emotional connection with the consumer. It needs to be something that they like using. But the biggest thing is that it stands the test of time as well. And that's where tender care truly shines in that respect. People recognize it based on its shape as well, the little pink egg.
Yeah.
It's known throughout the Oriflame world. And ultimately, that pack's not really changed too much since its inception. Little small changes here and there to make sure it's a little bit more functional, make it easy to get the product out. But essentially, it's the same logo and same design as when it was first launched. Another example of our iconic products is the GG Bronzing Pearls.
Oh, that's my favorite.
Can't quite say it's mine, but yeah, no. Do you want to know a fun fact?
Please share.
There's 1 Giordani Gold bronzing pearls sold nearly every minute in the world.
Wow.
And also, it doesn't stop there. In order to stay relevant and keep those good sales going as well, it now contains hyaluronic acid. And when it comes to icons, there's another icon that we cannot forget, and this is Navage Plus. This is truly unique to Oriflame, and you cannot get this anywhere else. And do you know what makes it unique?
No, please share.
Our patented technology. Now, patented technology, this is really important for people to understand, is basically it means that our team of scientists have discovered something that nobody else has discovered. So this means that it is, again, it's unique to Oriflame. But it's not just about making the discovery. We then need to basically prove that what we found actually works. And this is where we go through a stage of doing so many different types of testing the individual ingredient, testing it in the formulation, testing it as part of the routine. So this is coming back to that point that I said at the start. We want to deliver on the promise of being able to show performance and deliver real results to the consumer. And this is what we do with the patented technologies. And again, the important point to remember, it's unique just to us.
Unique, yes. And I think this information is very essential for our brand partner, that this technology is patented and it is only available with Oriflame. So this product, they cannot get anywhere.
The other bit we need to point out as well is as part of the active development discovery phase, we also try and compare it to gold standards where possible. And in this case, niacinamide, this is seen as a gold standard because it does so many good things. But what people might not realize is for our new bio-rebarrier technology, it's as good as, if not better than niacinamide when it comes to strengthening the skin barrier and hydration. So another gold standard that you may have heard of is retinol. Now this is a brilliant anti-aging material, probably the best. The only thing with retinol is, while it's really good for people, it's not always suitable for everybody to use. And the reason for this is sometimes it can be slightly too aggressive for some people. However, again, people need to introduce this slowly. And if it's slightly too aggressive for them, we have an answer to this as well. So if you've been using retinol and found it's a little bit too aggressive for your skin, this is where you can use Navage Plus lifting, and you'll find the BioSparse lift would be much more compatible for your skin.
Exactly. And I think this is the beauty of Oriflame, that, you know, we take care of all skin types and we have a portfolio that serves all the generation and all the skin types people.
And that's an important thing that we're focused on, is like everybody's skin journey is different. People have different needs. So it's making sure that we've got a variety of different actives, be it retinol or niacinamide or the new signature actives, where as good as, if not better than those gold standards as well. It's all about trying to find the solutions that's right for you as part of your skincare journey and your lifestyle needs.
That's quite a lot to absorb, but quite informative, frankly speaking. And I think, you know, for our consumers also, for our brand partners also, these kind of insight is very good, because now they know, you know, Oriflame product more closely, I can say. There is one more topic that maybe I will talk a little bit about with you. AI.
Yes, the
So
buzzword.
I think, this is talk of the town, and we know that AI is now touched every area and every sector. So how you integrate innovation and your scientific expertise with the AI tools, and how, you know, we are making a good synergy between these two.
Just hit the most important part there when you mentioned AI tools. And I think that's the one bit that is important to recognize, is AI is a tool. It's not a replacement. It's not going to be the only solution. You still need expertise to be able to feed the AI, navigate it, direct it, and then digest what it shares with you. But it has a really big important use in terms of the scientific field. Currently, we've used it as part of the Bio Boost active development.
Okay.
That's the new active that's going to be in the Navage Plus Restore that's coming a little bit down the line in India. It got launched globally at the start of this year.
Okay.
But essentially what it did was it allowed us to data mine when we're looking for that active. And what that means is you're trying to basically process huge volumes of data to try and find the hidden gems. So in this case, we knew what we wanted to try and target within the skin in terms of the aging markers. This allowed us to find then a couple of different extract origins with some data to show they were acting on these skin markers.
Okay.
So basically, you can imagine a huge library of ingredients, huge library. It's like a dating site. We're trying to match things as best we can, and that's basically what it is. It allows you to get certain answers quicker. We still then had to basically source the extract, test the extract, fine-tune things before putting it into the formulation. So it's a good way of emphasizing it helped us get to the solution quicker. We still needed to direct it and show, push, feed it with information that we were looking for.
So this synergy is actually helping to make the product more effectively and more easily available to our consumers.
Yeah, it's trying to find parts of the development in order to, like in this case, is the active ingredient. We've got an idea, how can we turn that into reality fast? And this is one of the beauties of AI now. If the data's there, you can do mass researches to try and find those answers. The other area where there's an opportunity as well is there's so much data in the world now to do with our consumers in terms of like likability, preference, skin habits, lifestyle factors. What we want to do as well is try and harness that data and use that data to be able to help shape and design products for the future as well. So that's one of the other big focus areas that we're looking into at the moment is we've got this consumer network. How can we get the data and how can we utilize that to influence future products? The other area from a science point of view that's interesting as well is predictive modeling. So one thing is you get the materials. How can you play around with things and based on some of the bench experiments to try and get to that solution quicker or refine things and optimize things as well. So we've got some opportunities that we're using now, but there's definitely more opportunities along the way. And the key aim is to get products that people like using, but making sure they're optimized performance-wise and to meet people's needs as well.
Thank you, Adam, for today's great, insightful session with us. And it is so informative. We come to know about a lot of new things about our product and innovation.
It's been an absolute pleasure, and I could have been talking all day.
Thank you so much. Oriflame offers plug-and-play model to our brand partners where they don't need to worry about logistic, branding, or even R&D because we have experts like Adam who work on great formulation. You just need a great passion and you can start your entrepreneurial journey with us. So stay tuned with many such more episodes coming up.